coming in as we're talking here.
Where we at right now? Pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
All right, we gotta watch this video.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Heero. That's Eric. We are the amalgamation of the Identity Booth plus you. So thanks for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Y'all know the whole routine. YouTube is where you can find us. Apple iTunes is who pays us. and Wall Street Bet is how we gain our followers. But we've had a great episode this session. It's the 30th podcast for us that we've gone live on, and it's super somber when we had such a great show to then get to this point. But this shit keeps happening, and as long as it's happening, if no one's talking about it, it falls by the wayside. And when it falls by the wayside, it's a disservice. So me and Eric's purpose in this situation, since we can't go down here and beat their ass, the best thing we could do is talk about this and really put eyes forward on this situation, right? Really give you guys an understand what happened. What we're about to show you, trigger warning, is graphic to watch. It's a little bit hard to watch, but you're about to watch a 9-year-old get maced by 6 police officers, and for some strange reason they had to mace her in order to get her into a vehicle. So let's watch this video real quick, and then I'll let Eric jump in on this because he wants to get his blood pressure up.
Come on. I'm gonna put you and I don't want to. Sit back. Then sit back. Come on. This is your last chance, otherwise pepper spray's going in your eyeballs. Come on, let's go.
Sorry, keep me safe for a minute.
Come on. I want my dad. Come on. I'm gonna go get him. Now sit back. Come on. I will fix it.
Dear, why just stop for a second and take a deep breath. Hey, just stop.
Please. I will get your dad.
No, you said that you were gonna pepper spray me. No, please, no, stop.
Sit back.
Oh, I got a bad arm.
Just spray her.
No, I have
Just
a bad
spray her at this
arm.
point.
Stop. Stop.
Dear,
Stop.
I got her. I got her. Yeah.
Please wipe my eye. Wipe my eye, please.
Unbelievable.
There is a constant reminder to you why you don't call the police for anything. If you, and I say this all the time, unless you're prepared to see someone die, get brutalized, or go to jail, don't call the police. There's no point to it. They serve no purpose other than to do those 3 things. She's a 9-year-old child. And think about the torture that is pepper spray. She's handcuffed already. You can't control a 9-year-old. 6 police officers. All that person, the person who's wearing the body camera right now, all he has to do is reach into the vehicle, pull her by her shoulders into the vehicle, let her close the door, he closes the door, problem solved. But it's not about solving the problem. It's about brutalizing her. They're saying, we don't want to pepper spray you. Then why are you going to pepper spray her? Why aren't you going to get her to calm down? Why does she have to be in the vehicle? Because she was called for having suicidal tendencies, for wanting to hurt herself and her mother. And when the mother couldn't control her, she called the police. She then said she only wanted to speak to her father. The fact of the matter is, police are not equipped to handle these situations. This is what defund the police means. 6 of them couldn't figure out how to screw a light bulb in. And this is the consequences. Think about you washing your hair with some shampoo and getting a little bit of that in your eyes and not in the fucking fit that your body goes into. She was handcuffed and couldn't do anything. Don't allow the police to do this to your kids, to your family, to anyone you love. Don't call them. In my 32 years of life, I've never needed them. I would much rather some kid hit my car, he didn't have insurance. Hey man, let's just call the insurance company and settle this another way. Because if the police come here, they're going to send you to jail. And if you do anything, you're going to want to run. You're going to want to run. And if they can't catch you, he's going to want to shoot you in the back. It just escalates. And for some strange reason, they didn't understand that this could have all been avoided if they specialized in de-escalation tactics. But this can't be reformed, you guys. We say this over and over again. This can't be reformed. So us trying is pointless. They just need to be removed from situations where they're not going to be useful. There's another angle to this story. Let's look at the other angle.
Well, the chief revealed to us that at least 2 officers have been, as she said, taken off the streets for more training, which means suspended, and that may happen to more of the officers that were there, as many as 7 or 9 of them, she said, while the investigation continues. And the chief also made it clear that, in her estimation, putting a 9-year-old in handcuffs and using pepper spray to force her into the back of a police car is not an acceptable procedure. Now, as the tape shows, it was a very emotional situation. The girl was obviously distraught. There was some sort of family situation going on, and she was screaming for her father. The chief also revealed that they had called for an ambulance and to try and get the girl some medical attention. But while they were waiting for the ambulance to arrive and medical help to get there, for some unknown reason, the officers decided to force the girl into the back of the police car. And she resisted them. Yes, we can see that on the tape. She was,
and shame on this dude. She didn't resist them. She wasn't under arrest. There was nothing for her to resist. There was nothing for her to resist. She's not under arrest for anything. And this is how the media placates these conversations to make her seem big, like a bad person.
This is CNBC though. They didn't have this energy 3 months ago. I'm just throwing that out there. Notice, guys, that now all the liberal news media networks are not really talking about racism. See, this is the 3rd or 4th story we've seen in the last month of something like this that would have been blown to astronomical proportions 3 or 4 months ago. But now, it's nothing. We can just calmly talk about it. Listen, it's funny that I see this guy. I'm looking at his face. He's in his 50s. He's got decent sense, but he's got to report the news a specific way. And this is why you cannot believe the crap on these liberal outlets. This is the same group of people who want to censor YouTube news because YouTube news has a bigger reach than these fools. But this is why the insensitivity of a 9-year-old calling for her father. You didn't think of your... do you think if she's calling for her father, how about we just detain her? You had her hands behind her back. She was handcuffed. She was mostly in the car. I'm sorry. A 9-year-old, the dude literally could have reached across, grabbed her a little bit, could have closed the door on the side where the police officer female was, closed the other side. She's in the car. If you're really, to my mans in the comment section, if you're really trying to detain someone because there's a mental health issue at 9 years old, let's think about it.
Yeah.
How many 9-year-olds do you know with a mental health issue? Don't worry.
Hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
No. I'm just saying personally. How many do you personally know?
Hundreds of them. We're living in a pandemic right now. There's
Listen.
hundreds of thousands of them. Millions of kids.
Stop it, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. How many do you personally know right now that you have a relationship with that have a mental health issue?
I literally interviewed 3 teachers last year about the mental health crisis that's going on.
No, let me finish my point before you start going on. What I'm saying is, I'm actually trying to agree with you, but here's the deal. These people, we're expecting people who are not equipped to do something to do what us with common sense know to do. Where's a father? Call a father. If you think she's mentally ill, where was the ambulance? Because whenever I've seen mentally ill people be detained, you know where I've seen them detained? On a freaking striker bed that comes out of an ambulance. Not in handcuffs in the back of a squad car with pepper spray in their face.
Exactly.
This is the point I'm getting at. I personally know a 9-year-old that has a mental health issue? I do not. But I know plenty, to your point, because of the pandemic and them kids being really depressed and at home, and God knows what's going on between her mother and father, what are the issues they got going on in the house. You don't even know. You don't even know. And shout out to Christian in the comment section. Criminals get cuffed in the back. If you really were trying to just get her to calm down, you cuff her in the front. You sit her down, and I know it was cold, it was snow outside, but you just close the door. You prop her up against there. Hey, calm down, little child. I know this is going on. We're gonna get your father. We're trying to reach out to him right now.
No, because what you're even doing is explaining the way that the police should have done this. The fact is, the police have no part to play in this. Police do not come off as peacekeepers. When I see police, I don't see someone who was designed to help me. When she saw police, she didn't see someone designed to help them. One, if you're hyperventilating, if you're having a situation, if you're having a mental crisis, locking them in a small place and restricting their movement is the last thing you want to do to them, especially when you're doing it to them with the sign of force. My whole thing is the police, the request went out for an ambulance and the police showed up first. That's not only one, 6 of them showed up before the ambulance showed up. So,
and again, why didn't they wait for the ambulance? Because on the same dispatch call, they went out to the cops, went out to the ambulance. And instead of waiting for the ambulance to get there, they exacerbate the problem by putting her hands behind her back, treating her like a criminal, spraying mace in her face. But here is my potential silver lining. This could be another Stacey Abrams, another AOC. This event is going to stick with this girl. It's going to do one of 2 things, but I'm going to believe the absolute best. This girl becomes an attorney, she becomes a prosecutor, and she goes to war against police unions. Because that's what I would raise up my daughter to do after seeing how they brutalize you. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. What are your thoughts?
My thought is that we've given her a platform to talk about this. We've given her the opportunity to show this. But what we won't allow to happen is for people like her not to be seen. We're gonna put it out there. We don't give a fuck about no algorithm. Our people are more important than the algorithm, and she is going to be great. I don't really care what she's going to be great at, as long as she's great at it, and she'll continue to be, because these situations, these altercations with the police, they used to be the thing that broke us and made us become recluses of ourselves. But that's not the case anymore. We are built differently now. We can handle these types of traumas, and don't ever let someone talk you into believing that, watching all this stuff is bad for your mental health. No, being policed, over policed is bad for your health. Don't forget the Tamir Rices. Don't forget the Michael Browns. Don't forget these people. They make you stronger. Their struggles are designed to teach us lessons that we can use to make ourselves better in the future. But hey, that was a story. This was our take on it. I don't really care. No, I'm not gonna be cynical. I'm interested to know honestly what you guys think. Do you think 6 counselors would have been better off at handling this? Do you think wearing a mask during the pandemic as a police officer would have been important? During a once in a lifetime pandemic, because no one there had a mask on, which was just baffling to me. Shout out to the Rochester Police chief who put the 2 officers who primarily had contact with her for not handling the situation appropriately. But Eric, where can they find us?
Live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Periscope, live on Twitch, man. We are like Visa. We everywhere you need to be. I'm just saying, we in this with y'all, man. So come on, hit the sub button, hit the follow button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, man. Go ahead and turn those post notifications to all. Let's get this out to as many people as possible because our goal is to identify with you. Period. Come identify with us.
Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope that in the side, slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. We're working overtime. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight, slow it down and we can catch the vibes.